Hello students, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Priya teacher and I am going to teach you science subject. Children, we are discussing lesson number 5, acids, bases and salts. So in our last session we discussed that how we can identify either that substance is acid or that is a base with the help of indicator. So we discussed some types of natural indicators. Then first one we discussed first type of indicator, it is a which one, litmus, okay, and then second one it is China rose and third one it is turmeric. So we learn about these three types of indicators. Let us take a recap that what we discussed in lesson number 5 till now. So also we discussed source of acids. So which are the source of acids? First one it is lemon. So in lemon we can see citric acid is there. In tomato there is a oxalic acid. Then in grapes there is a tartaric acid. Listen students, you have to see this because there is a table number 5.1 in which you have to mention that in which type of substance or food there is a which type of acid. So here it is, answer is given, okay. So listen carefully. Then in milk there is a lactic acid is present. Then in ant there is a formic acid. Whenever that ant is going to bite us, that time it injects this formic acid, okay. Then apple there is a malic acid and in vinegar there is a acetic acid. So these are some substances in which there are different types of acids are present. So some names of different acids are given here, which names: citric acid, oxalic acid, tartaric acid, lactic acid, formic acid, malic acid and acetic acid. Okay. So what is the difference or acids versus bases? So here you can see the difference between acids and bases. So here first it is pH is below 7. In which substances? These are acids, okay, and these are base. So pH of acid is below 7, then taste of acid it is sour taste and react with metals. So these acids are going to react with metals. So what happens with these metals? So the structure of that metal can be changed because of contact of acid, okay. Then here base pH is more than 7, then bitter in taste, bases are bitter in taste, then doesn't react with metals. So bases cannot affect any metallic substances, okay. So there is no change when they will come in contact with base, any metallic substance come in contact with base. So this is the difference in between acid and base. Here it is alike, the affects pH and litmus paper, okay. Then related these both, okay. So acid and bases are affects pH and litmus paper related to hydrogen or proton concentration. Then pH plus pOH is equal to 14. So this is all about acid and bases we learned in our last session. So today we are going to learn about those substances which are not acids and also which are not bases. So these what is the name of these substances today we are going to learn, okay. So already in our last session I told you that those substances which cannot having acidic properties and basic properties, these are called as a neutral substances, okay. So about these neutral substances today we are going to learn in our lesson number 5, acids, bases and salts. So first one, so already we discussed that those substances which are not acid and base, these are called as a neutral. So neutralization is the process in which that substance is going to be a neutral substance, okay. Either it is acid or either it is base, we are going to change it into a neutral substance. So that process it is called as a neutralization. So in your textbook that activity 5.5 is given on page number 54. So that you have to read carefully there is a activity, one experiment is given there. So you can see how that acid substance or base substance is changed into a neutral substance. Okay, and that process, it is called neutralization. So today we will discuss only this process, neutralization process, but you have to read this activity 5.5 only. Okay, only you have to read. Do not perform this activity at your home. When you will come to school, then only I will show you demonstration of these all activities. So here, what do you think happens when an acid and an alkali are mixed? So what you think that when an acid and an alkali what it means? Alkali is also known as base. So when we are going to add this acid and alkali, what happens there? So here you can see one test tube is there and another test tube is there. One test tube is having a red colored solution and another it is having purple colored solution. Okay, so when they are going to mix with each other, then what we will get, or which type of substance we will get. So let us know which type of substance we will get. See, neutralization. So what is the substance we are going to get? So neutralization is a reaction in which an acid and a base cancel each other out to form a salt and water. So to neutralize an acid, you add a base, and to neutralize a base, you add an acid. So whenever we are going to add any acid and any base with each other, then we are going to get salt and water, and this process is called as a neutralization. So whenever you are going to neutralize, so what it means neutralize? See students, here it is given that whenever we are going to add acid and base, then they are going to cancel each other out. Okay, so what it means? They are going to base cancel each other out. It means whenever acid, it means it is having a particular type of properties, and base is also having a particular type of properties. So in acid, when acid is added in base, what happens? That acid is not going to remain as a acid and base is also not going to remain as a base. So whatever solution we are going to get after mixing these two substances, acid and base, these are going to cancel acid effect. Acid is going to cancel effect of base, and base is going to cancel effect of acid. So this is called neutralization. Okay, so whatever base effect is there, it is going to be cancelled by acid, and whatever acidic effect is there, that is going to be cancelled by base, and this process is known as neutralization. Okay, so here you can see to neutralize an acid. So that is why we will not say that we are going to cancel effect of acid or we are going to cancel effect of base. So what we will say now? We will say that to neutralize. Okay, so to neutralize an acid, you add a base. So whenever you want to neutralize acid, then what you have to do? You have to add base. Okay, but in a particular quantity we have to add it, and whenever you want to neutralize base, you have to add an acid. Okay, so here it is, reaction is given, acid plus base is equal to salt plus water. So before, in our before session also, previous session also I told you that whenever we are going to add acid into base or base into acid, we will get salt and water. So salt, it may be any type of salt. Okay, so that we are going to get. So there are many applications of neutralization in everyday life. For example, the odor of fish and odor of seafood is due to bases called amines. So adding lemon juice or vinegar, which is acidic, neutralizes the amines, giving a more pleasant smell. So here it is, example is given. What example is given? That odor of fish. So all we know, those students which are non-vegetarian, they know that which type of smell is having that fish or seafood. Okay, so it is having a very bad odor whenever we are going to have that type of food, seafood or fish. So it is having a bad odor. Okay, so that bad odor is because of bases which are present in this fish or seafood. Which base is there? So amines, these are called as amines. Because of this amines, these food, fish or seafood is having a bad odor. So what we have to do? So we are going to add lemon juice or vinegar to this, or while we are going to wash this seafood or fish, we have to add some lemon juice and vinegar in water. Then we know that lemon juice and vinegar, it is acid, or these are acidic substances. So these acidic substances are going to mix with this base which is amine. So what will happen? So they both will cancel each other's effect, or they both will neutralize each other, and it will give us a more pleasant smell. So this example is given as a neutralization process, which you will see in your day-to-day life. Also you can experience it in your day-to-day life. Okay. So this slide is again showing a reaction in between acid and base. So whatever example is given in your textbook, that is here I am going to discuss. So the process of treating, again here it is given definition of neutralization, the process of treating an acid with a base, and base is also known as an alkali. So to form salt and water with the evolution of the heat is called neutralization. So which acid is given here and which base is given here or in our textbook? So NaOH, this is known as sodium hydroxide. So this is nothing but a base substance. Okay, and plus HCl, hydrochloric acid. So this hydrochloric acid is a very harmful substance, so we cannot handle with our hands. Okay, so you don't have to handle it. So HCl, hydrochloric acid, it is a acid, and is when we are going to mix this NaOH into HCl, it is going to give us NaCl. So NaCl is the salt substance, or it is known as sodium chloride. And also after this reaction, not only NaCl but also we are going to get water, or it is releasing water, H2O it is known as. Okay. So when the solution of acid and alkali are mixed in equal amounts, the resulting solution is neither acidic nor alkaline. So whenever we are going to add this NaOH base plus HCl acid, it is going to give us NaCl. Okay. So it means these mixed substance are having in equal amount we have to add. Listen carefully, when the solution of acid and alkali are mixed in equal amount, so we have to take NaOH and HCl in equal amount. It means suppose we are going to take 5 ml of NaOH and 5 ml of HCl we have to take. Okay, whatever level of these or amount of these substances are there, it should be equal. Then these substances, when we will add in equal amount, then these substances are not remain neither acidic and also nor alkaline. Okay, it will give us NaCl, and NaCl is having pH of 7. It is neutral substance, that is why pH of this neutral substance it is 7, and HCl is below 7 and NaOH is having above 7. So the new substance formed is called as a salt, and which is a neutral substance, and that is why this process is known as neutralization. So hope you understood process of neutralization. One more substances or one more acid and substance are added here, and one more salt is given here in this reaction. So one more example is discussed here. So NaOH, HCl, NaCl and H2O. This reaction you learned okay right now. But another example it is CaOH. This is a base plus 2 molecules of CaOH plus 2 molecules of HCl. Okay. So this is CaOH, which is 2 molecules, and 2 HCl we have to add. Then when we will add these two substances, acid and base, we will get CaCl2, which is a salt, and also 2 molecules of water we are going to get after this reaction. Okay, so hope you understood how that acid and mixing of acid and base is going to give us a salt, or also we can say as a neutral substance, and also water we are going to get after this reaction. So see, I want to show you a video.
Here, let us perform an activity to know about neutralization reaction. Click each tab to know more. Take a test tube, clean it using a clean dropper. Pour 10 drops of hydrochloric acid carefully in the test tube. Now, add 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator solution. Observe the color changes. Now, add sodium hydroxide solution drop by drop to the test tube. Shake it well after adding each drop. Observe the change in the color of the solution. Keep adding the sodium hydroxide drop by drop until the color begins to turn pink. Once again, add drop by drop of hydrochloric acid to the solution mixture until the solution in the test tube becomes colorless. In this activity, we observe that there is no change in the color of hydrochloric acid while adding phenolphthalein solution. The color of the solution in the test tube becomes pink by adding a drop of sodium hydroxide solution. The pink color of the mixture solution becomes colorless by adding a few drops of hydrochloric acid. Finally, we learned that if we add excess base, that is sodium hydroxide, to acidic solution, that is hydrochloric acid, it converts to base. Similarly, we can change base into acid. We also learned that the effect of base is nullified by an acid. When acids and bases are mixed in definite proportions, they give a neutral solution. The reaction of an acid with a base produces salt and water.
Okay, hope you understood exactly what it means, neutralization. So let us move our next point, which is the last point of this lesson, 5.4, neutralization in everyday life. So neutralization in everyday life, first one, it is indigestion. So what it means, indigestion? So hydrochloric acid in the stomach helps to digest food. So we learn in our digestion in human beings. In this lesson, we learn about that hydrochloric acid is present there in our stomach. So it helps to digest food. So we know that. So hydrochloric acid in the stomach helps to digest food, but too much acid causes indigestion. But suppose that amount of that acid will increase, or it will above the level, then it will cause indigestion. So because of that, what will happen? So indigestion process, it means that acid cannot digest food properly. So some food will remain undigested. So that is called as the indigestion. So to relieve indigestion, we take an antacid such as milk of magnesia. Okay. So to relieve this indigestion, it means we have to relieve from this indigestion. So what we have to take? So we have to take an antacid such as milk of magnesia. So we are going to take this antacid which is having milk of magnesia, so as an ingredient. So here you can see the pictures of ENO. So whenever there is, you will feel that acidic feeling, then acidity like feeling, okay. So then you can get this ENO. And also at our home, if your grandmother is there or grandfather is there, they will tell you to take a cool or cold milk, which will also help you to relieve from this indigestion or from relieve this suffering of acidity, okay. So this is which contains magnesium hydroxide, okay. So this magnesium hydroxide is going to neutralize this hydrochloric acid, which is a base. Magnesium hydroxide is a base, and this base is going to neutralize this hydrochloric acid, and then you can relieve from your suffering of indigestion. So it neutralizes the effect of excessive acids. So in this milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide is present, which is neutralizes the effect of excessive acid. Then second example is given, which we can experience in our day-to-day life. Second one, it is ant bite. So when an ant bites, it injects the acidic liquid. So now only I told you that acid which is present in the ant, it is formic acid. So whenever that ant is going to inject you, bite you, then after biting, it will inject formic acid into your skin. So the effect of the acid can be neutralized by rubbing moist baking soda, which is known as sodium hydrogen carbonate, or calamine solution, which contains zinc carbonate. So this sodium hydrogen carbonate and this zinc carbonate, these are basic substances, or these are bases which are going to neutralize that formic acid, okay. The next one, soil treatment. So excessive use of chemical fertilizers makes the soil acidic. So plants do not grow well when the soil is either too acidic or too basic. So what we have to do, so whenever that soil is too acidic, we have to add a basic substance or base in that soil, that it will neutralize. And whenever that soil is excess of bases, or it is lot of basic, then we have to add some acids into it, okay, or acidic substances, that it will neutralize the soil. And then fourth one, it is given tooth decay. So tooth enamel is also, we know, tooth decay can occur because of the excess of acid in our mouth or excess of acid on that tooth. So we can cause tooth decay. So Colgate or any type of toothpaste can neutralize this effect. That is why we have to brush every day, twice in a day, okay. So this is a tooth decay. Also we know one as a neutralization effect. And one more example is given in your textbook, which is a factory waste. So factory wastes are also having a lot of amount, or it is having large amount of acids and sometimes also of bases, okay. So that also we have to neutralize, otherwise whenever they are going to release it from these factories, what will happen? So it will cause any type of harmful effect on our life. So that is why we have to neutralize all these waste material from factories, okay. So this is, I am going to show you one more video, and we will learn with the help of video.
Neutralization in everyday life. Did you know? Can acidity happen in human bodies? When we eat very spicy food, the stomach produces a large amount of hydrochloric acid, which leads to the acidity in stomach. This condition is called indigestion. It is painful, can damage the wall of the stomach and can cause stomach ulcers if not controlled. In order to cure indigestion, we take weak bases called antacids, such as milk of magnesia. It contains magnesium hydroxide, which helps to neutralize the effect of excessive acid. It gives relief to the person suffering from indigestion. Ants and bees sting. When ants and bees sting or bite a person, they inject formic acid into the skin of the person, which causes painful burning and swelling. The effect of the sting can be neutralized by using an ointment or a solution which has base. Calamine lotion contains zinc carbonate, which is basic in nature, helps the person gets relief from pain caused by the sting. The effect of an ant sting can also be neutralized by rubbing moist baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate. Factory waste. The waste substances discharged by many factories contain acids. If these untreated factory wastes are directly discharged into the water bodies such as ponds, lakes and rivers, then the acids present in the factory wastes will kill the fishes and other aquatic organisms that live in the water bodies. So, factory waste should be treated with basic substances to neutralize the acids present in wastewater before discharging them into the water bodies. Acidity can pose several challenges even to plant life. Let's see how. We need to test the acidity of soil using litmus strip before we plant a tree. We have 2 samples here. To test the acidity of soil, let's mix this soil with water. The soil has turned blue litmus red. This proves that it is acidic. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers makes the soil acidic. So, what do you think should be done to neutralize it? The best way to neutralize the acidic soil by adding the bases such as quicklime, which is calcium oxide, or slaked lime, known as calcium hydroxide. These bases neutralize the excess acids present in the soil, and hence soil becomes neutral. Now look, the other soil sample has turned the red litmus blue. This means it is too basic. We need to add something acidic to neutralize it. The decaying organic matter called manure or compost is added to the soil when it is too basic. Manure release acids which neutralize the basic nature of the soil. In this module, we learn that acids and bases.
So this is all about neutralization process and the effect of neutralization in our day-to-day life. Okay, so hope you understood all these concepts we learned in our, I taught you in our today's session. So though we completed point number 5.4 in our today's session, it means this is the end of our lesson, but also we are going to discuss some more important concepts from this lesson in our next session. Okay, so don't think that this is the end of our lesson. So we are going to discuss more important concepts from this lesson in our next session. Okay, so you have to read all activities first which are given in this lesson, then you can ask me any doubt is there. Okay, so today we will stop here. Thank you.